Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Language Arts Gallery. Today, I'm going to be starting a new series of videos on practical English skills. And today, I'm going to begin with 10 useful expressions or idiomatic phrases for business English. So please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video so you get all the videos in this playlist. And let's go ahead and get started with the first of our 10 expressions. Our first expression is sweeten the deal. So if you have to sweeten the deal, you add something extra to make your original offer more attractive. Now remember, this is not the first offer that you make. You've already made an offer, but you're adding something extra to that offer. You want to encourage or entice the other person to agree. Our next phrase is draw a line in the sand. If you draw a line in the sand, you set a boundary or a limit. Now, this is an expression that we often use in business, but it's not only used in business. So, for example, your parents might draw a line in the sand if they tell you that you can't do something. The next one is to go back to the drawing board. If someone says, well, back to the drawing board, that means that you have to start again from the beginning. Whatever you've done previously didn't work, so you have to start over. Our next expression is to throw in something of value. This is very commonly used when we're negotiating with people. So, for example, if you buy a new car, the person you're buying the car from might say, I'll throw in your first service for free. That means when you go to the mechanic to get the car serviced, normally you have to pay. They're going to give you something extra. They're going to throw it in. This is similar to sweeten the deal. Very often, someone will throw in something like throw in a free service in order to sweeten the deal. It's important to remember that this is different from another English idiom, throw in the towel, which is different. To throw in the towel means to quit. If you're throwing in something of value, that means you're offering something additional to someone. To meet halfway. If you meet halfway, you're compromising with someone. So, for example, if you offer someone $100 for something and they want $200, you might say, I'll meet you halfway. I'll give you $150. Another variation of this expression is to meet in the middle. A lowball offer. This is something very often when you're purchasing something, or perhaps if you're selling something and someone is purchasing from you, you might receive a lowball offer. This is an offer that is much lower than what's expected or what's fair. So, very often, if you're purchasing a home, for example, and the house has been on the market for a very long time, you might make a lowball offer. You might offer the seller something that's much less than what's fair. And if the seller is motivated, they might accept your lowball offer, or they might make a counter offer, which is an offer that's in response to the offer that you made. To play hardball. To play hardball means to negotiate or act aggressively to get what you want. Usually, you're not behaving in a very polite or friendly way. You're doing what you need to do in order to get what you want. People who play hardball are usually not interested in compromise. To seal the deal. If you seal the deal, you finalize an agreement. So if your boss sends you to negotiate with another company and it's on a topic that's very important, the boss might call you and say, did you seal the deal? In other words, did you finalize the agreement or get the deal done? And to drive a hard bargain is somewhat similar to playing hardball. But if you're playing hardball, you're acting very aggressively. If you're driving a hard bargain, you may not be acting aggressively, but you refuse to get knocked off your position. You're a very tough negotiator. You have the things that you want. Perhaps you're willing to compromise, but not that much. You really want to get what it is that you're after. And our last one is bargaining chip. A bargaining chip is something that's used to gain an advantage in negotiations. Sometimes you have a bargaining chip that you might hold until the end of negotiations, and then you might throw it in to sweeten the deal. So, for example, if you are selling a home and you've got a very beautiful and very rare piece of furniture that you know the person who's purchasing the house really wants, you might use that as a bargaining chip to get the price that you want for the house. All right, so those are our 10 useful expressions for business English. So please remember to subscribe to my channel so you get all the videos in this playlist. Again, this is a new playlist that I'm starting and I'm going to be adding to every week. So I look forward to seeing you back here every week, and I'll see you in our next video at the Language Arts Gallery.